home matchup on Canadian soil. Toronto, the venue tonight, and well, they've been impressive, very good Copa America, but now they get to play in front of their own fans, Maxime Crepeau and co, hoping to start on a winning front in terms of matches here in Canada. For Panama, well, they had a good Copa America as well. They ended the US's chances in that competition. They were the team that played Mauricio Pochettino in his first matchup in charge, had some good moments, but ultimately fell to a 2-0 defeat, and it all leads up to this, and it is very much just around the corner again. 2026 FIFA World Cup, June to July. Christian Pulisic and co will be involved. Can Panama join them as well? Welcome in everybody to BMO Field. Keith Costigan alongside former England international Warren Barton. Warren, what do you want to see from this Canada side in front of the home fans for the first time under Jesse Marsch?
I think what we've actually seen from Jesse Marsch's team is be aggressive, be positive when they get the ball, be aggressive as well. Maybe can be a little bit more clinical in front of goal, but I expect a high energy game. You can see with the temperature, it's nice and cool to go at Panama that have come off a tough loss against the US.
And for Canada, the last window was very good to them. They did win away from home at the US. They got a draw at Mexico, and no surprise that 8 of that starting 11 against Mexico retained their place in this side. It's a very strong center of that midfield with Chonier and Eustachio. Ahmed and Schaffelberg provide the width, and then Larin and David will lead the attack. Moments ago, we caught up with Jesse Marsch to get his thoughts on his very first home matchup as Canada manager.
You can see the excitement in the city. So, you know, I've been saying I'm learning to be the Canadian national team coach. And so with our first match here at home, just to feel the energy and see the fans and get to interact. And then for our guys to put on a kind of performance that gets them into the match, that brings them into the match, right? So we'll be ready to start fast. We'll be ready to push hard, and we'll be ready for a good performance.
On the other side of things, real surprise here from Thomas Christensen because he's changed 8 players from the side that played at the weekend. We expect it to still be a back 3, but we're scratching our heads as to who's going to be in that back 3. Escobar will be one of the defenders, Godoy in the middle of midfield as well, and Fajardo will once again lead the attack with the ever-dangerous Barcenas providing width from that right-hand side. We're almost set for action. Jesse Marsch's first home match in charge of Canada. They take on Panama. All the action coming up next.
Subway is making foot-long snacking history. First, epic foot-long cookies, churros, and pretzels. Now, all new $3 foot-long dippers.
Is there a Hall of Fame for snacks?
Find your perfect foot-long snack at Subway today.
To buy or not to buy? That is their question. And nobody knows shoppers better than Shopify. The undisputed, undefeated checkout champion of the world. Businesses that want to win, win with Shopify.
This is the mark of a fighter. A rich, full-flavored lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. A reward for those with a fighting spirit. You've earned this, so hold it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
You said you were certain this was a costume party.
Well,
Were you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Experience certainty with 4imprint. High-quality promotional products, expert service, and guaranteed on-time delivery. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Life is better with the credit gods on your side. Rewards once available to the few are now accessible to the many. Credit One Bank. Get cashback rewards and live large.
OCD is more than what you see on TV and in the movies. It comes with unrelenting, intrusive images, thoughts, and urges. If you have OCD and need help, you can get better with specialized treatment. Go to nocd.com to learn more.
Looking for a way to stretch the dollar? With Insurify, you can cut your car insurance bill in half. Scroll through dozens of prices and tap to switch online. That's it. No phone calls and no wasted time. Go to Insurify and save today.
This is the story of the one who believes being prepared is not just a way of life, it's how he helps everyone stay safe. He sweats the small stuff before it becomes big stuff. For the one, being an unsung hero in a building full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial-grade products you need delivered fast. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The impetus for Element was just a recognition that my health was impacted by inadequate electrolytes. There was nothing on the market that met the needs. It tended to be super high in sugar, woefully inadequate in sodium. When I finally did get my electrolytes on point, it was like a light switch was flipped. We've seen this play out across thousands of health journeys. I hope Element can be just as meaningful for you.
Any response to the trade rumors we keep hearing about?
Oh, we talking about moving? Not the trade. Not the trade. We talking about moving. No, thank you.
You could use Open Door. Sell your house directly to them. It's easy.
I guess we're moving.
World Cup 2026 will be hosted by 3 different countries: Guadalajara, Monterrey, Mexico City. The venues in Mexico, from east to west in the US, the likes of LA, Boston, and Seattle getting some games as well. And BC Place and our venue tonight, BMO Field, will also be hosting games.
How many days?
In the World Cup. It's a lot of days, Warren.
604.
A lot of days. It's been a long time for Jesse Marsh to wait to get back home. You look at the record, Warren, it's 10 games, only 2 wins, but I don't think there's ever been a run of 10 games with as many difficult opponents. Twice Argentina, Uruguay, they played the US as well. What have you seen in those first 10 games that give cause for optimism for Canadian national team fans?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of optimism with Jesse, knowing him as I do, and hearing what he did at obviously clubs that he's coached, whether it's been in the US, in Germany, and obviously in the Premier League as well. His teams are aggressive, they're well organised, they try and win, they play on the front foot, and also what he does, he gives them a mentality that they don't fear anybody. They respect teams but don't fear anybody, and I think that's one of the performances they did against the US. That's when everybody took a bit. Now Uruguay, the draw, they played against Argentina, you said France as well, so they played some top-class nations and gone toe-to-toe with them. Now John had done a good job beforehand, you know, and it was time for a change, and then Jesse's come in and given them that belief and a little bit of what Jesse is, a little bit of arrogance, a bit of chip on his shoulder, and he's trying to get the best out of his players, and that's, you know, going into his team now and materialising the way they perform.
Take this opportunity to recognize members of Canada's men's national team who've achieved appearance milestones representing our country. On hand to make the presentations are Canada Soccer President Peter Agruso and board members Stephanie Giositz and Terry Matucci. Please join us in congratulating the following players who have recently made their 50th international appearance for Canada. Making his 50th cap against Argentina in the Copa America group stage on June 20th, Richie Larea. Making his 50th appearance against Peru in the Copa America group stage on June 25th, Jonathan David. And making his 50th appearance against Chile in the Copa America group stage June 29th, Alfonso Davies. Fans, let's hear it one more time for Richie, Jonathan, and Alfonso on the outstanding achievements of making 50 appearances for our country.
Canada being on the road so long, they finally get to honour these players who reach an incredible milestone for the national team.
If you're able, remove your hats for the national anthem of Panama. Raise your
international friendly action. Canada hosting Panama here in Toronto. First half action is coming up next.
I was born with wings, but psoriasis swooped in to clip them.
It crushed my confidence.
It kept me in the shadows.
But no longer will psoriasis get a piece of me. With Bimzelx, I can't wait to say, I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm back. I can love my skin again.
Only Bimzelx targets and blocks IL-17A plus F to calm inflammation.
I can control my plaques and start getting myself back.
Bimzelx helps adults with moderate to severe psoriasis control plaques to deliver clearer skin fast for results that last.
I will give myself back the freedom of shorts.
Dare to wear black again, from head to toe.
Most people got 100% clear skin.
Some after the first dose.
Serious side effects, including suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, and lowered ability to fight them. Liver problems and inflammatory bowel disease have occurred. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to.
Start to get yourself back.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelx.
These men of means with their silver spoons, what would become of them when they discover Robinhood Gold allows others to earn their very liberal rates on idle cash? They would descend into chaos.
What a beautiful setting. Toronto, chilly evening, but a very warm reception for Jesse Marsch as his team return home. And they return home with renewed optimism after an outstanding Copa America, where they only lost out in the third place game on penalties. We take a look at some of these games, and again, what I'd mentioned, just 2 wins in the 10 games, but look at the level of opposition that Jesse Marsch has come up against.
Yeah, in the first couple of games against France and the Netherlands as well. But Keith, it's not who they're playing against, which is top opposition. It's the way they've played against it. They've not been defensive. They've not put 10 men behind the ball. They've not made it difficult. They've been aggressive. They've gone toe-to-toe. The big result, obviously, where everybody took note in this part of the world, was the US game, where they did to the US what you think the US should be doing at Canada.
On the other side of things, Panama indirectly played a big part in the shape and the forward momentum for the US men's national team. They beat, of course, the US in Copa America, and that culminated with the end for Greg Berhalter. Mauricio Pochettino comes in, and they were the first team to play Poch at the weekend, losing 2-0. Much change for them, but for Canada, they're hoping for more of the same. And a big training camp for this one. They started in Montreal. They were reaching out to local community to get everybody G'd up for this game again. Arrived to Toronto earlier this week. Jesse Marsch talked about the excitement for him, the excitement for these players as well, to finally return home. And match referee Tori Penso blows the whistle. It is Panama who get us underway in the all-white strip, attacking from right to left. Ball played out wide for Barcenas. Going to be interesting to see exactly how they shape up here. They've given the ball away cheaply. Ball played forward, and it's going to go out of play. A good run from Ali Ahmed, who looks like he's going to start on this right-hand side of midfield. One of the most improved players in Vancouver Whitecaps season under Vanni Sartini.
Yeah, Vanni's done an excellent job with the mentality of that group of players, but also as well looking at Panama after their performance against the US. That's a sloppy pass straight away, and you can see the noise in the stadium, that they're very positive in what they do.
Godoy wins it back. Yeah, twice they've given the ball away cheaply now, Panama, in their own half of the field. Warren, you were impressed with some of the things you saw at the weekend against US. They actually generated more shots in that game and had chances laid on in that game.
Yeah, once the game slowed down a little bit with Panama, you've known, we've been doing these games long enough to know that Panama have got some technically gifted players, and once they put it together and click, they've got dangerous players. And if it wasn't for maybe a little bit more clinical in front of goal, they could have caused the US a few problems. But it was Mauricio's night. He come up with a performance. They kept a clean sheet. They've obviously got a big game as well at Mexico, so this will be a big test for both, for Canada as well, because there's a response from their performance from Panama, and Canada in front of their home fans. And that's a question I was going to ask to Jesse. What the expectations now? You've gone on a good run. Everybody's buoyant now. How do you handle that expectation? Because it's okay getting there, Keith. Now you've got to perform week in, week out.
And the expectations are these kind of games that you do get wins.
And get comfortable, and comfortable wins, and he demand that, Jesse. We've been around the game long enough and known Jesse as a coach and as a person as well. He wants the best for his players first and foremost, but he wants them to win. He wants them to win playing aggressive soccer.
Chonier getting a touch. Davies, who does start at left back, his club position. One back and little chip played forward. Given away though by Panama once again. It was Lenis getting a rare start on that right-hand side.
And that's what they'll be looking to do, Panama, is to turn over the ball. They're looking there, is it a free kick? The referee plays on, and it's that transition. Jesse touched on that point as well about when the ball gets turned over. That's when they've got to be at their best, at their brightest, because that's when Panama will look very, very dangerous.
Morea putting that little ball in over the top. Ahmed, good read defensively. Carlos Harvey, who is in that back three, the midfielder from Minnesota United. Good cover. Again, a chance for him to impress tonight. He's been pretty much on the edge of this Panama side. Canada doing all the early pushing here.
And Thomas Christensen, he's done an excellent job with Panama over the years. Always made them competitive. You said that in Copa America, Gold Cup, we've seen that as well. International friendlies, he's not frightened to ring the changes like he did.
Eustachio just beaten to that one there. He and Chaunier, very cultured midfield partnership. That one allowed bounce by Alphonso Davies.
Switches on.
Lenise. It was on, but it was poorly executed by the Panamanian. Good strength again from Ali Ahmed. Well, the words from Jesse Marsh heading into this one. And that ball goes over the top. Schaffelberg had gone just too early. He said, we're only scratching the surface for me in terms of how good we can become. My vision is not to win a game, not to get out of the group, but to be the winners of the World Cup.
There's no problem being ambitious, but sometimes you have to be a bit realistic. But that's what Jesse does, you know. He wants his players to feel like they're as good as anything, you know, and that's what you have to do. But your bigger question is when you, like then, they've got along 2 or 3 times now. The teams are seeing that. Now, once they do that, can you go short? Can you go to that cultured midfield that you spoke about? Or if you get teams that sit back and say, break us down, have they got that in their locker? But it's okay, as I said, as a coach, and you want to go out and, as I said, play with no fear and be positive, but they're going to come against, you know, world-class players sooner or later. But we've seen it on a one-off game, and stranger things can happen.
There's that challenge, Cornelius stepping forward. Marseille defender who's been in very good form at the club level. It parallels to the US in terms of change and moving in a different direction. Jesse Marsh, bit of a head start because he's had those 10 games already.
Yeah, I think for the US point of view is to tweak it and give a mindset of being aggressive, and that's a little bit easier to do than tactically. I think if you try and change it too tactically, we've said we haven't got enough time. You know, you've got the World Cup coming up and performances have to be good. It's giving the players a foundation and confidence, and that's what Jesse's done straight away, and played against high-quality opposition. And not going away from what you're good at, you know, go away from being aggressive and winning tackles and making it uncomfortable for teams.
Back with Orlando Mosquera. Positive start in terms of territory from Canada, but no real end product over the first 6 minutes. Panama do try play. That's been their identity under Thomas Christensen. Always been mentioned just under that first level of CONCACAF teams.
I don't think they mind that though. Okay, I think they're quite happy being the underdog.
Crepeau comes out and captures that. He continues to start ahead of Dane St. Clair.
Yeah, that's a good battle. St. Clair's been in good form, particularly in Leagues Cup. He did well for Minnesota and made that his position himself now. So you want healthy competition.
Correa trying to play that one forward for Ahmed. Given away. Anibal Godoy, the veteran. Lovely ball central. Ayarza. Anderson. The through ball, but good read again from Cornelius, but it is going to be at the expense of a corner. That was much better from Panama.
But again, that's transition. The Canadians overpass, and the first thing for Panamanians is to go forward to try and penetrate, and now they get a set piece, and this is something that they would have worked on.
I just wonder as well for Jesse Marsh, would have probably expected a more seasoned Panama side. Wonder if he was shocked when he saw the starting 11. There's 3 remaining from the side that lost at the weekend to the US men's national team.
You might see another 5 of them at half-time coming in, so he's going to see him sooner or later.
Kick delivery, well defended by Eustachio. Not fully cleared. And a chance, and it's taken a deflection. It's gone in. Ayaza with the shot. Tori Pencer's whistle is gone. Ayaza was wheeling away in celebration, but the flag has gone up.
And a little bit of relief. He's having a look up at the screen as well, but they play out, they try and close the ball down, and there you can see it's a perfect call. It ricochets around, and he's coming from that offside position, come back on. Excellent call. And a little warning there for the Canadians. They've come into the game very buoyant. Players getting 50 caps, which is a fantastic honour for their country. Coach comes into it with a lot of optimism, and the opposition will raise their game now. They'll make sure they know you're in a game. I would.
One ball forward to nobody in particular. Perhaps one of the critiques of Jesse Marsh's side is that they are so quick to go forward that when you come up against a team that sit back, it may be a little bit more difficult when you have more of the ball, when you're asked.
Yeah, and also if you become predictable. So I know as a defender, as soon as a player puts his head down, he's going to go long. That's when you have to try and mix it up. And we've said that time and time again. You know, there's nothing wrong sometimes going long, but then once the defender starts looking that way, can you go into someone's feet?
Davies, lovely skill from him. Trying to break forward from left back. Little flick. Given away. Been choppy from both sides so far.
It's end to end, that's one thing. It's not a slow pace by any means.
Schaffelberg, and a chance for Kyle Larin to get away here. David on the other side. Larin holds the ball up well. Schaffelberg, the pace to get in behind, the delivery, and just too much on it. But good break from Canada.
They're excited. There's no doubt it's going to be end to end. You go here with the offside call. Wonderful call, kept up with play. As they've come back in, that wicked deflection goes in, the flag goes up straight away. But with Canada, they get it, they go forward.
Kyle Larin, we were talking to one of our colleagues north of the border today, saying he's as fit as he's ever seen him in Canadian national team colours. And Jonathan David, well, he got the winner recently against Real Madrid, so if that doesn't get your confidence up, I don't know what will.
Yeah, and also with Jesse's teams, you have to be fit. Yeah, I mean, a modern-day player should be fit anyway, but the way he wants his forwards to press, the way he wants them to spin into channels to try and get the ball, or go long to come short, all their movements, he doesn't have his forwards playing static. They're always on the move, which creates space for them, it creates space for the opposition, and it creates space for your teammates. Here he goes again. Yeah. Can't go any faster, Jesse. It's all right for you, sitting down there.
Nice play inside, and a strong challenge by Ayaza. Chaudier felt the full effects of that, and the yellow card is produced.
I think it was more as well the way he stood over him and just made sure. I mean, it's a foul, but it was the way he reacted.
He's claiming it was a bit theatrical.
He watches the ball goes in there, he comes through him there straight away, and then he just stands over him. Maybe he thinks he's took a dive, but you've come through the back of someone.
Ayaza, the veteran, generally a backup player in this squad. Plays his club football now in Bolivia.
It's amazing that, Keith, where you said there's 8 changes that they had, but they bring players in that have got 30, 60s, you know, caps that have coming in. So these are not like novices where he's putting in a young team. He's got experienced players that have come in as well. I think a lot of that is down to knowing what he was up against with the Canadians coming in. They'll be very buoyant.
Matching the energy, perhaps?
Yeah. Being physical as well. There's another tackle.
Ayaza's the man that goes down this time. That one just too much on it for Ali Ahmed.
You know what I've seen, Keith, just in the last few minutes, because they play so quick, Canada, their mind's going that quick. And
the goalkeeper with the mistake. Mosquera just about gets that one clear.
But because their mind's going so quick, they give the ball away cheaply. You just need a split second to keep the ball.
Chaudier, two-time MLS All-Star before he made the move to Grasshoppers this summer. Beat a nice ball into midfield. Chance to go for goal from distance. And the goalkeeper again looked really awkward on that hit from Jonathan David.
Well, there's a couple of times in the US game that he looked a little bit wanting from set pieces and balls played in. Lovely little combination, comes in, and he's just trying to guide that with his left foot. That little skip in front maybe makes it difficult, but David got in there and he just tries to guide that into the corner. And a little bit of safety to go in, but good interchange by the two strikers, good understanding, good awareness. You see how windy it is with the flags behind, so just pull it into an area and let the big guys from the back come up and head it in.
And Shawnee does have a really good delivery in these situations. Whipped in, and it's a clear defensive header by Ayarza. He's been heavily involved so far. Eustachio, the Porto man. Back for Crepeau. Comfortable from the goalkeeper.
He's good with his feet.
It's not so good from a man you'd expect more from, Alphonso Davies. Got bailed out a little bit there by the referee's whistle.
But you can see Jesse at the bottom of the screen, everything's quick, but sometimes when you play that quick, you're not prepared for it because your front players maybe haven't got organised. I love it, I love the enthusiasm, I love the intensity of the game, but sometimes you just need a second because you're playing a ball and I'm not even ready for it. People are out of position, it's a little bit chaotic, but it's chaotic to play against, but it's also chaotic to have the ball as well.
Davies, a little bit more central. Plays that ball forward.
Now this is better, that's better, you know, if it's not on, keep the ball. Now you can play high tempo.
Yes, Bombito. They feel, Canada, they have a strong central defensive partnership they can build around for years to come. Two men that are now in French football. What a story, Moise Bombito, from junior college to Colorado, and all happened so quickly before that big move to Nice.
It does as well, not many games. You know, you're having a look at the games, and 10, 12 games, and people, and that's great. People take a chance on a player and a young kid, and I think that's what. Here we go. This is where he wants it quick, so you can.
Ahmed, yeah, taking it quickly, looking for the ball in behind. Good read from Harvey. Jonathan Davis continuing to apply the pressure.
It's a good job he didn't foul him as well, but now you can just take a breather because they're a little bit organised.
Ahmed. Looked like a push from Barcenas. They still can't get out of their own defensive third, Panama.
I feel sorry for the ball at the moment. It's not at a time to calm down. It's been end-to-end. It's been frantic in some periods, and then it's been sharp in other areas. You can just hear with Panama just trying to slow it down. They want to go toe-to-toe, but as I said, they're in the US game in particular. Once the 15-20 minutes slowed down, and that's a poor giveaway.
He's had real trouble so far. It is windy. It is a cold night here in Toronto.
I think you're being kind to him. I think it's a poor giveaway. That's a lovely little pass.
Laren, Eustachio, Schaffelberg. Look how narrow the wingers become. Challenges again in the middle of midfield.
But he knows it's so tight. He's got to pass the ball around. You know, that's the way that they're playing. He's got to play quicker. There's another tackle that's gone flying in as well. But he knows there. Pop it off, go again. Play it round. You're not going to get away from three white shirts. You've not got 4 or 5 seconds in the middle of the park. He should know. I thought he was outstanding in the US game as well. You know, his energy level and the way he played.
You looked at that performance, though, particularly from the US, and they almost played into the hands of Jesse Marsh's tactics, didn't they?
Yeah, but for me, it was yes, the tactics, Keith, but that was like, it's me against you and you ain't going to win. And that's the mentality that Jesse gave his players. The US thought they were just going to go out and play. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Long ball over the top, and defensively, Con a little bit wanting there. Canada, they didn't clear the first ball. Bombito. That's going to be a free kick for Canada.
We'll just need to get hold of the game slightly, because yes, we want it competitive, yes, we want it aggressive in certain manners. Ramos there coming in, but also you've got to have the safety of the players. The referee's just trying to let everybody know that, yeah, it's a physical game. It's a game that can be competitive, but also you've got to have the safety of the players.
This Panama side did make it to the knockout stages of Copa America. Quarter-finalists. Knocked out the US, remember. Then lost to Colombia by 5-0 in that quarter-final match.
And they're quarter-finals of the CONCACAF Nations League as well. So, as I said, they're a team that people respect. They're a nation where you know with the players, They've got certain match winners, and as I said, we've done it, whether it's been Copa, whether it's been Gold Cup. They've got some good players.
Correa connecting in to just help out the centre-backs and winning the free kick as well.
I'm laughing, Keith, because I've been in these games where everybody's playing at 100 miles an hour, everybody's trying to compete, everybody wants to put a foot in, and it's that 20-minute mark where everybody says, okay, that's fine, we've had a lot of pushing and shoving, now can we get down to the game?
Jonathan David trying to impress some of his quality on it. Yeah, another free kick. One thing as well, Warren, I said here a few weeks ago, the field has been cut up a lot this season at BMO. You get a look close there at the surface, it's not at its best.
I think one, it's a great city. I love going to and the stadium as well, where it's located, and it's going to be involved, obviously, in the World Cup. And I think we were talking off air that they're going to make it into that 50+ thousand-seater stadium that will generate some noise up there as well. So it's a great place to play soccer.
Stefan Eustachio.
He's had a difficult path.
Yeah. Incredible story.
It is. If we get a bit of time, I'd like to hear that, because he brought it to our attention. What's the motto? Never give up.
Yep. Antonio Penso not happy with where the free kick was being taken from. Stefan Eustachio a little bit bemused by that. Free kick in the position where he can get service. The centre-backs have gone forward. Lofted in towards the far post, and again it's comfortably dealt with. These were the moments where they caused a little bit of trouble against the US, those counter moments.
Yep. But that's where, as a defender, you have to be aware of where the ball's going to land, and just saying there where you floated the ball, and you can see with the wind, you've got to just try and ping or drive that ball in. You can't float it in there, because it allows the opposition to come and head the ball or clear it.
Gondola, Barcenas, who's played as a left wing back so far, very deep. Now a chance to break. David, Carl Laren, both forwards well out of position.
But look at the white shirts getting back as well. You said about the energy level of the Canadians, but Panama as well, the 8 changes that they've made, it's given that energy level that you rightly said.
Alfonso Davies, haven't seen him this far forward. Here he is again in possession. Pulls this one back for Chaunier. Eustachio.
See, this is good play now. You know, it wasn't on. They've kept it a good possession. This is where you need to retain the ball.
Ahmed. Get a second opportunity here. Eustachio on the clearance. Ahmed. Good movement. And good feet from Larrea, but also good defending. Carlos Harvey.
Mr. Reliable. Playing right back, wing back, playing wherever you like.
He plays his club football here. He's had 3 spells at Toronto.
Can't get rid of it.
And a brief move to Nottingham Forest when Nottingham Forest signed just about everybody. He got traded mid-season last year to Vancouver and then made his way back to Toronto as a free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
So for him, really, is don't buy a place, just rent it.
This one cleared, edge of the penalty area, shot on goal, and again, Mosquera looked unsure of himself. 2 players closing down. It was David's snapshot, and Mosquera holds on at the second attempt.
Yeah, you can see him at the top of the screen, just waiting for the ball to pop out, and it does fall nicely. But he doesn't really catch it. He's trying to whip it into that far corner and just comes into the middle of his feet. He doesn't quite open his body up enough to put it into that right-hand corner. You can tell with his body shape he's trying to whip it in there, but just couldn't quite get it out of his feet and set himself properly.
Okay, a little bit unsure of themselves playing out as well with all the changes. Giovanni Ramos, who's on the right side there for Panama. Con in possession once again. Fajardo hasn't had many touches, the striker, who scored that winning goal against the US in Copa America. Barcenas. Further forward, the run from Gondola. Nobody was near him. I think he was trying to buy a free kick there.
He was going so fast that he couldn't quite sort his feet out. But you can just sense now the game has just settled down a little bit. The players have given so much in the first 23 minutes. This is now the time for Canada, like Jesse wants them to play, Jesse Mars wants you to play quick, wants you to play. Now the opposition has gone toe-to-toe with it. We've got to go back again from the right spot.
Is Jesse's tactics almost better served against a team that want the ball, that do want to come and try play out against you?
Yeah, he's better, yeah, there's no doubt about it, because you cannot play high tempo like they do and press and hurry for 90 minutes, 95 minutes. You can't do that. It's impossible at the international level. And it showed you in club level you can't do it. So there's moments in the time that they have to do this, try and pass the ball and keep the ball. Take that extra pass. But because of how Jesse, and being at home, first home game, etc., etc., he wants you to play like this.
Ball played in behind. Good read by Larea. Not fully cleared. Strong challenge, yeah, really good from Eustachio. Davies, Schaffelberg. That's not really his game, facing his own goal. He wants to attack space.
Again, Keith, he's had 2 times there. Just pop it off and then make a run in behind. You know, do what you're good at. There's nothing wrong with keeping the game simple. He's trying to twist and turn. Give it to your captain and then spin in behind.
And that one left, and the referee's going to blow the whistle anyway for offside, I think.
But
Maybe he's trying to leave it.
They're trying to say that he never touched it. He's coming out from a position, and I don't think he made any movement towards the ball.
Now he's coming back.
Yeah, but he's not gone for the ball.
It's a non-effective play.
No, and it's a foul.
Okay.
There we go. Confused? I am. But you can see now the white shirts of Panama just not letting any space go into that midfield area. They've gone quite close in the wide areas as well. It's got a real edge to this game, and this is what Panama want. Yeah, they want this. I'm not saying they're looking for it, but they don't want Canada to play quick. They don't want them to have...
Eustachio having a word with Tori Penso. Lewis Gondola, a couple of bites in here late on. He wasn't happy with the push from Laren, and
it was nothing in the end. Let's just get on with the game.
Sometimes this happens as well, Warren, when the expectations, you're coming home, you build it all up, and well, they haven't really delivered that quality as of yet, Canada.
Keith, you know, we'll come back to that in a second.
Ali Ahmed, Larea with the cross towards the far post, and that one out of play for the goal kick.
But Panama, after the US game, would have had their own issues and would have had their own team talk. That's why he's made 8 changes. They would have noticed what's going on with Canada, because you prepare going forward, knowing how Jesse Mars' team play, knowing how aggressive they've been in their games and the level of games that they've played and how well they did in Copa America. So now you're coming up against nations now that you've earned respect. So now you've got to try and find another way to win the game, still keeping your DNA and your identity and press at the right time. But as I said, there might be times where you have to be a bit more conservative with the ball.
And this ball's going to get in behind here. Fajardo, wrong side of Bombito, who shows his pace
and strength.
Good defending, he forced him wide. For a moment there was a chance for Fajardo to go direct at goal. Bombito recovered.
It was good because he didn't go down on ground. He stood on his feet. He got caught the wrong side, and then he just built his time just to get his body there. He didn't go to ground, so he stayed on his feet, made himself a big target, and then obviously was patient as well. That's good defending. It would have been easy to go to ground, and then you either give away a free kick or you leave him one-on-one.
And Bombito, of course, played for Chris Armas, who worked with Jesse Mars, so I'm pretty sure he had a good idea of what the tactics might be like.
Chris has done a good job at Colorado as well. That New York Red Bull conveyor belt keeps turning out coaches as well.
Well played forward here, and they stretched themselves a little bit, Panama. Chance to go for goal, and it's right at Mosquera. Kyle Laren elected to go early.
I was surprised he didn't just drop a shoulder. Get closer, take a touch, and then have a hit. But once you get him squared up on the edge of the box, I think you've got to then go to your left and then come across to your right. You know the white shirts are coming, or a simple little roll across the edge of the box. But as soon as he slowed it down, the momentum went for him there.
Mosquera, pressure coming again from Ahmed.
They're starting to grow into the game, Panama now. They've sort of said to Canada, give us your best shot. We've sort of held that now, 28 minutes in. We're starting to play now.
Some big guns to bring on as well.
As I said, Keith, we've been doing Panama and Costa Rica and these nations for some time. They've got a roster of players that can come in. Don't worry about that. It's not just 11 players.
They've almost taken over, haven't they? Costa Rica, it used to be them. Their level dipped when some of their senior players reached their sell-by date. It's a bit harsh to say it that way, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think you mean getting older.
Yes.
So, yeah, getting older and just having to retire.
Barcenas, who really has just played as a left back. So used to seeing him further forward. Larea, 2 balls on the field. He'll have to retake that one.
See, little things like that as well, just backhilling the ball, slowing the game down, getting everyone organised. They're the little things that experienced players would do, just to make sure they're all organised now. Now, if it's a long throw, we'll deal with that. Or you'd like to think you could deal with that.
Larea, thrown in towards the near post, 2 defenders challenging. Eustachio. He and Chonier really haven't got on the ball as of yet. That's
the 2 midfield players have gone toe-to-toe with him, and physically they can't get away from anybody.
And they've given that one away as well. Good run by Fajardo. Again, they're going to try that battle with Bombito, and again, Bombito, so much pace.
Well, you got him, and then you got Alfonso on that left-hand side, so pick your poison there too. Wow.
He was clocked as the fastest player in MLS before he left Bombito.
I never had that. I never had that on my resume. There's a crunching tackle coming in here.
I'd imagine coming up in a half an hour, Thomas Christensen the happier?
Oh yeah.
Of the 2 coaches?
I think they're finding here that you can see Jesse just having a word with Jesse Marth, with the 4th official. But yeah, they would have expected the onslaught which come, and we was going through that motion for the 7, 8, 9 minutes at the beginning. And Canada didn't really, and this is where I foul. The whistle didn't go, and then you catch the ball. That's why it's a handball. So the old sort of play to the whistle.
Anibal Godoy involved in there, such a veteran presence in midfield. Chance for Barcenas, the Mazatlan man to deliver. Stern-looking faces on that Canada bench right now.
Yeah, they know they're in the game. And this is what you want.
Barcenas.
He's in again if he plays
to go back, and they're looking to do exactly what you said. But good read by Eustachio, and now a chance to break the other way. Jonathan David went into pressure, but he does win the throw-in.
There's Jesse again, going quickly, trying to get a ball.
David pulled back by Anibal Godoy.
But I just think with David dropping that deep, that just shows you how much Panama have come into the game now. You want him up the field, but he's having to come deep to try and get the ball. And you can see they're going man for man in the areas.
Well played in for Jonathan David again. Cornelius. Alfonso Davies. Davies trying to thread that one through for David. Davies. Chonier can't get to it. Fajardo though. Good read by Davies. Been more involved here over the last couple of minutes. Nice ball forward. Chance to go for goal. Did that one come off the arm? Schaffelberg gets cleared. It'll be a corner at the very least. But the appeals, that was a handball.
I think more in hope than anything else. But again, you're right, there's a little bit of tempo about the game, there's a little bit of positivity when they get the ball, a bit of urgency as well, just trying to guide that into the corner. Referee's in a good position as well to notice.
And Carlos Avi, arm was right by the body, wasn't it? That was never going to be given. Jonathan David jostling again for position.
Normally, as we said before, had a good delivery last time in.
Chonier, similar area, flick towards the far post. And the volley from Ahmed. Should be another corner, yes it will be. Good pressure here from Canada.
Should have been a goal. Someone's just got to attack it. That is a delightful ball played in. It's put in with pace and accuracy. Just throw yourself in front of the ball. You know the keeper doesn't want to come out. You see it in the last game.
Schaffelberg's going to come across and take this one. Yeah, 2 good deliveries from Chonier now.
It was Lauren last time that didn't make the effort.
Tori Penso, the difficult job of keeping an eye on all of this.
Yeah, good luck with that.
There's so many different battles. Ivan Anderson was the defender she was having a word with. Schaffelberg, left-footed delivery. Not as good a delivery. Ahmed Schaffelberg gets a touch back. Lovely touch from Eustachio. Ball played in behind. David cuts it back. Really good skill from him. Eustachio still might be there for Ahmed, and he blasts well over. Best spell of the match for Canada.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, they've been smart with the play, good here, just trying to roll it onto there. You think hit the ball, but he's just trying to pop out, and just with his left foot, he's just trying to swing that into the goal, but just doesn't quite get his body around the ball. But I do love Canadian when they win it, then can they pass forward? It doesn't have to be a 20-yard pass. Can you be sharp? Can you be incisive with your ball?
Like a push there on one of the Panamanian midfielders. No whistle.
Just let it go. His body's everywhere.
This might not be the game to let it go, because it has the ability to boil over.
Let it go. Play on, referee. Play on.
Barcenas. It's a poor ball from him. Larin. Schaffelberg out wide. Larin. Trying to play it towards Schaffelberg.
Play it wider.
David. That was the area where Schaffelberg wanted the ball.
Or even Alphonso Davies on that left. Play it a bit stronger. Play it into the path. Let him run onto it. But they've just picked the pace up a little bit now. Canada, they've put that frantic soccer's come in. It's energetic. It's lively. The balls are bouncing around. There's a little bit of chaos in the game. Wasn't quite the same quality from this side, but they got one off the training ground, maybe.
Chonier's coming across. Schaffelberg waves them away. Schaffelberg, again, doesn't beat that first defender, Adam Al-Gadoui. The break has been on. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be a yellow card as well.
Yeah, he knows straight away. Tactical foul. You know if you don't win it, he's off. So you've got to take one for the team.
I don't think he can quite make the argument for his challenge.
No.
Really good touch by Lenise. There was cover, but it was cynical.
Yeah, I think a little bit of frustration. You touched on it. You know how influential he can be in midfield, the number 7, and how much he wants the ball to his feet. He's not really had a chance to influence the game as he would like to.
What's he thinking right now?
He'll have a little bit of a concern. I think he'll understand that, you know, the moment's has gone now. The honeymoon's over. They've come out, they've had their game, and I think deep down they'd be proud of what's going on, because people are now looking at the team and being respectful as they was going into the Qatar World Cup as well with Canada. But he'll have a lot of things to say to his team to try and tweak it a little bit. But knowing Jesse, it'd be positive. It'd be positive with him.
Davies. That one, again, well defended. Barcenas. One positive thing he was talking about this week, Canada were the only side to go to Qatar without a new jersey. That's going to change. They're working on that, he said, in terms of what way they're going to look in 2026.
Well, the look is the most important thing, I think, nowadays, you know.
You wouldn't guess it by looking at you sometimes.
Yeah. It's the little things, Keith. It's the little things.
I think that the players felt a little bit slighted when that happened, that 2022, so that has been changed. A lot of jostling from Barcenas and Ahmed. Ahmed in behind. Gondola with the help from Barcenas. Look at this, absolutely no room to manoeuvre for either side.
It has an edge to the game. There is no doubt about that. Panama have come in after being beat by the US 2-0 with a point to prove against the Canadian team that I know coming at home. Jesse Mar's first home game. looking to be buoyant in front of their home fans in a wonderful city and stadium. And Panama are saying, well, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to work hard to beat us.
Well, depends on unhappy with where this throw has been taken from. Barcelona trying to steal a yard or two.
Well, tell him where it is. Yeah, she was going to give him a yellow, but just tell him where it is. He keeps saying it's back, but where is it? He's going to take it.
He's still going to steal a yard. Cornelius underneath this one.
Well, you can see how strong the wind is, Keith. You know, that was a big clearance and it comes back 15, 20 yards.
15-mile-an-hour winds right now, in and around, swirling around the BMO Field.
Canada in the second half, they holds up in the wind because they've been so long with their passing in certain areas, not a lot, but in certain areas, that it'll hold up for them.
This is better. Well, they couldn't get that ball into it. Again, Schaffelberg, he's made a couple of runs now on that left-hand side.
He wants it into space, you know, that's...
Crepeau, quick off his line. I don't quite know if he needed to come that quick.
The ball was coming through to him. There's Escobar again, just trying to... This is the tackle where they run into each other here. You've got the full weight of that.
Escobar, a former Red Bulls defender, now at Saprissa. No nonsense centre-back. Godoy. Gondola, tempting cross, well defended by Cornelius. Ahmed. Aaron. Again, these are the kind of games Jesse Marsh has to win in terms of Canada making that next step. The Costa Ricas, the Panamas.
Go on, take him on.
Davies trying to do just that. Still Davies runs into one too many. And it's who else? Escobar.
He stopped doing that though, hasn't he? Remember before you'd see him making 8 or 9 runs. I mean, he's still only 23 years of age. But there's no better sight than when you used to see him just open his legs and run with the ball going forward. Wow.
Yeah, again, the challenge is flying in.
Right, they've got to get a hold of this game.
And the yellow card is coming out for Barcenas.
Well, they don't know whether it was a foul, and then all of a sudden he's kicking him on the floor.
That could have been one of anybody there. There's the first challenge.
But you haven't heard the whistle, so as a player you keep going. It's a hard game to referee because one, it's end to end, and then you've got players that are crunching in tackles. You've got players. No, I didn't hear a whistle, but then now you would think, you know, but they don't. They start.
Lorea. Confirmation of that Barcenas yellow. Back for Bombito. Haven't really been troubled, the two centre-backs for Canada so far.
No, they've had a good starting position, and sometimes it's been these areas where the pass has not been at the level you would expect.
Lenise.
Good luck taking him on.
Canada with 57% possession so far, Warren. And again, in this system, Red Bulls, it wasn't always about possession.
No.
It was almost, unless you had the ball, the more impact you had when you did have it in transition.
Yeah, you'd expect them to have the ball as you will, but it's in that final third what you want. And they've had some efforts, you know, a couple of shots from outside the area, but I'll go back to the two corners from their left-hand side. They've got to earn the right to do it.
Good luck to the person keeping possession stats in this game, by the way.
I feel sorry for the ball.
It's taking a beating.
What actually is possession? Is this possession or not?
Ahmed. Reminds you of one of those Monday night NFL games in Pittsburgh in January.
It's my favourite team. Look at you, NFL.
Ahmed. The first match on home soil for Jesse Marsh. No goals as of yet here at BMO Field. Took the US a while to break through as well at the weekend against, you could argue, a stronger Panama side.
Yeah.
Mauricio Pochettino's era getting underway. What do you make of that performance?
I think it was a good performance. There were certain moments where you could see he was getting frustrated, where he wants his players to believe, and there's a couple of times when you play at club level, you've got that freedom to play little 1-2s, or you take that first time pass, but international level is a little bit more safe, and he just wants them to play with a bit more freedom, like Jesse did when he took over at Canada. But he's a good coach, there's no doubt. The staff that he's brought in as well, they're paying him a hell of a lot of money as well to do the job, and you haven't got an excuse now for US players. It's not like the coaches or this is not going on. So, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game.
And almost a giveaway by Annabelle Godoy. Good pressure, ball played in. The opening goal for Canada. Carl Laren with a superb finish, but Panama playing themselves into trouble. Perhaps it was always going to be a mistake that led to the opening goal. Canada, clinical. Laren with the goal, and they lead by a goal to nil.
Doesn't matter how you score, Keith, but when the opposition give you a chance like this, they want to play out from the back, and Jesse Marsh would have said to his team, keep pressing, keep going in, and there's the first press, there's the second press, and there's the third player playing it in, and it's a simple tap-in. You can see the mistake. He puts his head in his hand straight away. He knows he's trying to play it. But when you're playing against an opposition that all they're going to do is play it, you press at the right time. And they pressed, and they was clinical in front of goal. The chances come along. Beautiful little finish. He just lets the ball do the work, opens his body up and puts it into the corner.
Goal number 30 at the international level for Carl Laren. Goes one ahead of his strike partner. That's quite a rivalry. Jonathan David has 29 goals as well.
And it makes his team talk a lot different as well. You know, it gives him something to hang on to and say, look, shows you that we press. When you keep pressing, it might be the first minute, it might be the last minute, but keep pressing, keep putting teams under pressure, you'll get your rewards.
Davies. And again, when you have the lead, the opposition have to open out a little bit more. We'll see if that's going to be the case in the second half. But that all-important first goal arrives after some ridiculous play out of the back from Panama.
We love the beautiful game. We want it to be played out from the back. But you're playing an international game. You've worked so hard in the last minute, and you've got your captain trying to run past 3 red shirts, who, with all due respect, 34 years of age, can't run. And he's trying to run past 3 people. There's nothing wrong sometimes, and I know we want to, you know, learn and grow the game and things like that, but you're also growing about winning.
Ball travelling through. I wonder if we'll see at halftime those changes that you predict for Panama, some of the more seasoned players coming on. We'll discuss that at halftime. We'll hear from Mauricio Pochettino ahead of that matchup with Mexico.
We've got a little interview. Nice.
Indeed. Yep. Maybe get your thoughts on England and their new manager as well. Someone once told me, someone told me club managers don't want to coach international football. That's not the case anymore.
Oof, not when you got that team of players as well, England. If it was your lot, I'd keep coaching club level.
Godoy, Bombito just knocking that one out of play.
He's done well. He's a very, very calm, just does his job. You can see, I think you said it earlier on, Keith, excellent point. They look secure, you know, they look like they've got a good foundation. And with that, you can build on. You know your left-back's a top-class player. You know your wide midfield player's going to work and hustle. He can pass, he can find an area, and then you've got people that can score goals.
Oh, Eustaquio with a lovely ball, splits the defence. Laren, David central. Laren tries to get it across, and he couldn't connect with his strike partner.
Do it earlier, do it with your left foot.
It looks like he was caught in 2 minds initially, whether to go for goal or cross.
Well, Ramos did great because he didn't go over too early, and that's the little hand up. The centre of the 3 centre defenders didn't go towards Lowry. He sort of stayed and said to Lowry, go on then, have a shot with your left foot.
Number 7 scored.
Back for Harvey. And this should take us right up to half-time, although one last long ball over the top. Crepeau coming out again, and he's got caught in no man's land. Anderson, and that one takes a deflection off Davies, who's having a word with his goalkeeper.
Just stay in your goal.
I think he's telling him that's my ball.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to beat. Let him deal with it. let him deal with it. I mean, again, twice he's done it. The ball that come over, then it causes a little bit of chaos when he first come out.
He's still trying to make his case. That was a long way to go and not get the ball.
That's how he got injured as well.
Yeah, MLS Cup.
He come out of his area, didn't he? And got into a collision. You'd think you'd learn your lesson and stay in your 6-yard box.
Gondola. There's going to be one last chance here for Panama. Towards the edge of the box, Schaffelberg clears. And that will be the final action of a battling first half from both sides. The opening goal coming right on the stroke of half-time from Kyle Larin. Canada lead by a 1-0. We're going to step aside for a short break, but we'll be back with a recap of all of the first half action. Stay with us.
Subway just dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. Wait, Subway did what? $6.99 footlong? Yep, says it right there. Get any footlong for just $6.99 in the Subway app.
I want to buy a house, but I'm waiting to see if the interest rates get any lower.
Have you looked into Rocket Mortgage? They've reduced my rate by 2% during the first year that I own my home. And in the second year of my mortgage, they brought it down by 1%.
Okay, I'm definitely looking into that.
Start your approval process today.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Let's see.
Hey. I need that senior discount.
I'm good right here, bro.
Dad, I got a huge barbecue wing stain.
This bottle says I need a pre-treat.
That stuff has way more water. A little bit of Tide goes a long way. So you can save your shirt and maybe even a little money.
More money for nights at the library.
Right.
For a better clean with less, it's got to be Tide.
This is a story about the one who keeps it all moving. He is measured, precise. He thinks ahead, stocks the right parts, and knows just where to find them. Because for the one, this facility is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need delivered fast. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age. It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now during Ram Power Days, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Hurry in today.
Time to move? Make it easy with Open Door. Sell your home in any season for any reason. Start your move at opendoor.com.
There will be singing, there will be masks.
There will be blood.
What?
5 new challengers enter the ring. All new Masked Singer, followed by The Floor, Wednesday on Fox.
I think we need a bigger yard.
With our credit? This yard's fine. Go long.
Too long. But then I found you.
Yeah. Look, Credit Karma can show us how to improve our credit for free. Then we can get a place with a bigger yard.
You hear that, Nora?
Yay.
From free credit scores to home loans and everything in between. Intuit Credit Karma. Download the app today.
There's a familiar name everywhere you look. A credit union born in the Midwest with a strong history of taking care of our members and our communities. A name that offers innovative ways to save for checking, money markets, and more. And a desire to help people right here achieve their financial goals. Green State. We're a familiar name you should look into.
MLS Cup on Fox Saturday, December 7. Lionel Messi and Cucho Hernandez battling it out in the East. And in the West, it's all about LA. Denny Bouanga, Ricky Pooch will go head-to-head, perhaps an El Tráfico conference final, culminating in MLS Cup, December 7th, right here on Fox. First half action here at BMO Field. Lots of energy, lots of desire from both sides, but lacking a little bit of quality in the final third early on.
Yeah, it's not for lack of trying. You see David come in there and a little ricochet. I think this is a better opportunity. I think he tries to put too much power on the ball, just doesn't quite catch it properly. Second time round, goalkeeper picks it up. It was a lot of energy in the first 20-25 minutes. But this is an awful giveaway here. This is your captain, just play it back. He's trying to play out, he gets caught on the ball, and it's a wonderful little finish. Lets the ball does the work, cross his body, and just tucks it away. I think you said it was 30 goals for your country. That's the way to do it in front of your home public.
Great ball from Ali Ahmed, and he let that one come across his body, finishing it expertly with his left foot.
It opens the bigger picture up. It opens out the goal. You go with your right foot, the keeper saves it.
You've been making that argument all half-time. Now we take a look at the stats. Anything jumping out to you, these numbers?
Possession with Canada, 55. And I think with the shots, total shots and shots on target for Panama, they've had opportunities but not been clinical enough.
Well, Mauricio Pochettino started life as US men's national team manager with a win at the weekend. We'll show highlights from that one and preview the upcoming Mexico match. That's coming up next.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Achoo! Needs plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and flu. When speed is what you need, bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also try the new chewable Fizzy Chews. No water needed.
All-day energy starts with clean hydration. Element. More electrolytes, zero sugar. You feel the difference when you get it right. Stay salty.
Certainty matters. So when you need your logo on high-quality promo gear, be 4imprint certain it will be printed perfectly and delivered on time, guaranteed. That's the certainty of 4imprint. Discover more at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Look at this silly little sailboat. These men of means with their silver spoons eating up the financial favors of the 1%. What would become of them when they discover Robinhood Gold allows others to earn their very liberal rates on idle cash, unlimited deposit bonuses, and handsome retirement matching? They would descend into chaos, merciless chaos.
Tomorrow on FS1, with the series tied at 1, Ohtani and the Dodgers look to fight back, while Lindor and the Mets aim to take control. The NLCS Game 3, tomorrow on FS1.
Dylan Raiola in Nebraska take on undefeated Indiana. Big noon Saturday, only on Fox.
You can feel it in the air. Summer has finally arrived in beautiful Delafield, Wisconsin. With endless adventures, breathtaking escapes, and countless memories ready to be made. There's something for everyone to love. So pack the car, invite your friends, and come experience Wisconsin's seasonal destination ready for you all year round. Delafield. It's in our nature.
There's a familiar name everywhere you look. A credit union born in the Midwest with a strong history of taking care of our members and our communities. A name that offers innovative ways to save for checking, money markets, and more. And a desire to help people right here achieve their financial goals. Green State. We're a familiar name you should look into.
Remember, big club coaches didn't want to coach national football? That has changed. Today, Fabrizio Romano reporting, The Times also reporting, Thomas Tuchel has agreed to become the new England manager. Terms agreed, contract set to be signed with an official statement expected soon. Warren, your thoughts?
If it's true, which is still not certain, but if it is true from Harry Kane, he said, I'll be delighted, I'll be excited about it. He understands the English mentality. He's been very successful in the Premier League. I'm looking forward to the future with our coach.
A Champions League winner as well,
Exactly.
right? In his time at Chelsea. Well, you get a new coach, we get a new coach, we all get a new coach.
Oh, I get a new coach as well.
Pochettino taking charge of his first game. And, well, they had to wait 49 minutes, but a very classy opening goal.
Yeah, I thought there were certain moments in the game where they did this very well, the little give and go they had. So I was delighted for Musa to get on the end of it as well. Delightful little ball played in as well.
And we mentioned Panama had their chances. Barcenas and Rodriguez both bringing very smart saves from Turner here.
Yeah, excellent save, particularly the second one. Just look at the top of the screen. I think the US has got to sharpen up a little bit at the back. I think there's a little bit lethargic, and if it wasn't for him, there could have been easier an equaliser. But you make the changes, make your subs, and one of them comes on and makes a difference.
Now, Haji Wright getting out wide. Pepe down the middle, and he likes playing here in Austin.
See, I think that's a good finish, but you're not having it, are you? Come on, be brave enough. I think that's a good finish, but you said it's not.
That conversation was off the record.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a goal, as you said. 2-0, clean sheet. And a good way to start for Mauricio Pochettino. The upcoming schedule, we know we have Nations League action coming up November, and then we also have the Final Four in March. CONCACAF Gold Cup also as well on the horizon to Mauricio Pochettino. First win as US manager. Here's his thoughts on facing Mexico next.
Of course, it's a challenge to face Mexico. But the most important thing, like I told the player against Panama, is challenge ourselves. It's improving the way that we want to play, in the way that we need to evolve like a team, in our mentality, in our attitude, in our arrogance, in the way that we need to compete, judging ourselves and measure our performance. That is, I think, the most important. We need to challenge ourselves to be better and better and better.
To get better and the best possible start with a win. Well, Canada 45 away from getting a first win on home soil for Jesse Marsch. All the second half action is coming up next.
Sunday on Fox, the stage is set for a Super Bowl rematch.
Find a way to get away.
Patrick Mahomes leads the undefeated Chiefs against Brock Purdy and the Niners.
For the touchdown.
America's Game of the Week, Sunday on Fox, home of Super Bowl 59.
Why did we choose Safelight? We're always working on a project. While loading up our SUV, one extra push and crack. So we scheduled at Safelight.com. We were able to track our technician and knew exactly when he'd arrive. We could keep working. Safelight came to us.
Hi, I'm Kendrick.
With the replacement we could trust. That's service the way we want it.
Schedule free mobile service now at Safelight.com.
Safelight repair, Safelight replace.
It's big, it's back, and it's only $6. Get the big box y'all love today.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Zook's tasty, tender dog treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zooks. Zook's dog treats. Choose your adventure.
I was born with wings, but psoriasis clipped them until I got clearer skin with Bimzelx. I have a chance to say I'm back. Most people got 100% clear skin, some after the first dose.
Serious side effects, including suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, and lowered ability to fight them. Liver problems and inflammatory bowel disease have occurred. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to.
Start to get yourself back with Bimzelx.
Ask your dermatologist today.
When you'd rather enjoy the pool than clean someone else's.
Sweetie, get out of the pool.
It matters where you stay. Conrad Hotels and Resorts. Hilton for the stay.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Needs. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Flu. When speed is what you need, bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also try the new chewable Fizzy Chews. No water needed.
America is ready.
And so are we.
Democracy 24. Your freedom. Your vote.
DR is the leader in leaf and lawn vacuums. The DR rides behind your lawn tractor and inhales everything. Unloading takes just seconds. No lawn tractor, no problem. Our new Pilot XT models fill disposable bags for curbside pickup.
Shop the sale today. All DR leaf and lawn vacs are now on sale and free shipping is in effect. Hurry, this offer won't last. That's drleafvac.com.
Hate is loud, but love is the majority.
dad's in the hospital.
From vaping. Promise you won't vape, Emma.
Not cool.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
World Cup action 2026, June 11th to July 19th. The biggest stars on the world stage going head-to-head in the United States, and all the action will be on Fox. We'll have Toronto as a venue, and a very first match in Toronto tonight for Jesse Marsh and co. And so far, so good because of that man. Carl Larin with a very good finish to give them the opening goal in a battling first half, I think is the best way of describing it, Warren.
Yeah, competitive, and I think that's what Jesse would have wanted, and putting more of the same coming along second half.
Doesn't look like Panama have made any changes at the break. It is Canada in the all red who get us underway, attacking from right to left. Perhaps not surprising, they don't go back, they go straight forward.
And they do things quickly. And there was moments in the first half where that wasn't working.
That was a better ball forward from Larin as it's knocked out of play.
You know, that wasn't working, and they had to slow the game down and they had to refigure it out, and then they got given an opportunity which is great, which they took just before half-time, and that would have made the team talk a lot different. I think it still would have been positive by Jesse Marsh, but maybe would have tried to fine-tune a little bit more than maybe what he needs to now.
Tronier, good strength to hold off the challenge. What would have been the messaging for you from Jesse Marsh at half-time to decide a goal up?
Keep the tempo going. I think pick your moments to go forward, but if it's not on, can you keep the ball and retain the ball a little bit better? That's a wonderful.
Yeah, Eustachio trying to play that reverse ball.
But you know with Jesse, he wants to go forward, he wants to be positive, but there's certain moments, and you touched on the point, Keith, quite rightly, is that the back line of Panama was already there, so there's no space to go in behind. So can you go to feet and suck them out and then play in? And that's what Christian Pulisic did against Panama. A little combination, little ball played in, and they get the goal.
We did see in that Canada victory over the US in the last international window where they did tire towards the end of that game, where the US came stronger and stronger. And again, Panama have a lot of key players in reserve in this one to call upon.
Well, that's why I'm saying, Keith, is that there's certain moments in the game you can't keep playing 100 miles an hour, press, because good players, and you're playing against good players, international, will just pass around you and just run it out of you. So I think what they did particularly well in this game, in the first half, they picked their moments. They tried to do it in the first 20 minutes, it didn't work. Panama got hold of the ball, then it got a bit bitty and scrappy, and then they was able to go again.
Pushing the back there on Alphonso Davies, he's won the free kick.
The referee and the officials are earning their money tonight with all the pushing and shoving.
That was an easy one.
Yeah.
And he's two-handed, taking quickly and giving away Godoy. He goes down, another free kick. Just on the other side, I think Thomas Christensen defended well for large portions of the game, but gave away the goal. What would his team talk have been?
Individual mistake, and there's not a lot he can do about that. I think he would have been pleased with the way that they handled the pressure in the first 10-15 minutes, knowing that it was coming. Started to influence the game, didn't have a shot on target, so that would have been disappointing. You know, take your chances when it comes along. I think he would have been pleased in certain moments of the way his team have done it, but it's an individual mistake by your captain to try and play it out from the back or run it out from the back when you know, that's not his forte.
Reminder, Panama's still part of World Cup qualifying for 2026. They've won 2 of 2. They've beaten Guyana and Montserrat, favourites to move on to the next stage. I don't care what you say, though, Warren, any of these games, potential mishaps for Christensen, so his side have to continue to perform at that level as well.
Yeah, and that's what these games, you know, you want the players to go out and perform, and straight away you knew there was an edge to this game. He knows with his players that played against the US, now you're sitting on the bench, and now you've got the opportunity here. If he plays it in early, you've got a great chance.
Yeah, Lanise, the cross comes in, Bombito clears, another opportunity for Lanise, and again it's into the big centre-back. 2 big chances. And another run down the middle by Ramos, the centre-back. Well, he's lacking that final quality there again.
Well, he's got to the centre forward's got to make a better run to make the defender go out the way, and they don't do that, but it's good defending in the end. Now, defending's an art, and he does it very well. Just stood his ground, didn't gamble, didn't go to ground.
Davies pressured quickly. Eustachio. Davies bringing pressure again from Fajardo. He's been very quiet, the central striker. Bombito knocking it forward. Ahmed, nice little touch around the corner for Larin. David turns into pressure again. Good challenge from Anibal Godoy. But just as quickly as they won it, Panama give it away again. Good switch here for Schaffelberg. Rare chance for him perhaps to run at the fullback instead. Tries to thread one through for David. Good read by Escobar. Just to go back to that World Cup qualifying warrant for Panama, they rounded out in June against Nicaragua and Belize. Again, games they're expected to win. You have to play the games first. CONCACAF with 3 spots available from World Cup qualifying. A couple of playoff spots as well. Fajardo goes down, the challenge from behind from Chaunier, and he's going to pick up a yellow. Sloppy beginning to the second half from both sides.
Yeah, he still has that intensity about it, that cutting edge as well. The ball runs across him and he's the wrong side, and it's a cynical tackle. He knows he's never going to get the ball and he's going to bring it down, and you know you're going to get a yellow card. Panama was asking for a little bit more, but I think the referee handled that very well. Just got to make sure he's lined his wall up, let the wall do the job.
Thomas Christensen watching on. Bold decision to make so many changes tonight. We know the footballing world is watching these games. You want to provide an upset. He's gone with some fringe players.
Yeah, I think when you have 2 games back-to-back so quickly, I think that gives him a chance to do that. And obviously the level that he's playing at. And he wants to, like you said, he wants to see what's going to happen in June, in November, and in the new year. So he's giving the players the chance. The international window's getting smaller and smaller.
Van Anderson is on the right-hand side. You've got Escobar and Barcenas, who's the much more likely taker of this set piece. Carlos Harvey starting in an offside position. Goes over his head. Not sure the thought process behind that one. Here is Harvey. That's going to be another free kick. This one in a much better position.
These are concerning moments for Canada at the moment and Jesse Marsh, because they haven't cleared their lines. The header wasn't great, then it's a missed kick. And he didn't realise that the player was behind him and brings him down. But you're right, Keith, this is much better for an opportunity to hit the target.
Yeah, Ahmed was the guilty party there, as you mentioned, just off the blind side of him when he came across, but he made contact.
And you got the wind on this way. You know, you could see in the first half that it's only going to pick up, getting stronger and stronger. Get some sort of guidance on the ball and whip it into that corner, it's going to be difficult.
Well, Escobar is not letting go of this ball, the centre-back. Godoy, the captain, the other option. Shooting distance. Is it more set up for a left footer? Maxime Crepeau furiously setting up the wall. Now we have Barcenas coming out as well.
Quite interesting, not got anyone on the ground. Oh, yes, they have now, but just in case that ball's going to jump.
Always look to this near side, don't you? A low one could cause the goalkeeper trouble with just the positioning of that wall.
I just try and go with my right foot around the wall.
Barcenas, the last to arrive, now looks the likeliest to hit. Although Escobar, a straight run, and it was direct, it was up, it was over the wall, and over the crossbar.
They didn't have a clue. We was trying to guess who was going to take it, and no one really took leadership there of doing it. I mean, he's trying to fizz that over the wall and give himself half a stand, but it's never going to happen.
I'm with you now. I thought the wall was positioned where he could have gone with the right foot. He did go with the right foot, not the way we thought.
He went right over the top. But they're not going to have great moments. We said that in the first half. You know, they had 5 attempts, only not one on target. So when you get an opportunity like that, you think, Escobar, just put it down and hit it as hard as you can. You had 3 people in line with the wall. But they're definitely pressing a little bit higher now, Panama, which may suit Canada if they can bypass the press.
A good win from Schaffelberg here. He's got options either side. Larin, David gone central, and Larin just hesitated for a moment, allowed the challenge to come in from Ramos.
It's twice he's hesitated with his left foot. You think, get it out wide and just whip it in with your left foot.
He did score with his left foot, but beyond that, he has looked awkward on that side.
So just get it out and just roll it across the 6-yard box. Then you can say to your teammates, you get on the end of it.
Back to Chonier on the deliveries.
Yeah, Chonier's had good deliveries. That little area there, that 6-yard box there, be looking to whip it into.
He's whipped in towards that far side. Good header, clear.
I'm sorry, someone with a red shirt has got to attack that, because he's put 3 wonderful balls played in. Put in with pace. It's not too high, so it's easy to be defender. This is really
break on here. Barcenas. Gondola gone down the middle. Barcenas cuts back. Tries for the switch, and Alphonso Davies well positioned. They haven't looked themselves in this second half so far, Canada. Lenise.
I think you used the word, a little bit tired, you know. With the US, they sort of run out a little bit on that surface as well, where the players are slipping a little bit. We notice at half-time they're watering it, but they just need to get their second win. They need to do this, just keep hold of the ball. I know Jesse Marsh and his team want to go forward, but it's not the right time at the moment. Just give yourself 3 or 4 minutes to play into the game. If it's not on, start again, whatever you need to do.
Bombito, Ahmed. And that was the combination. Ahmed looking for Larin again.
Pull it on the edge. David was there. Just pull it on the edge of the box.
Bombito. Ahmed. Back for Eustachio. Cornelius. Davies. David furiously trying to get out wide on this left-hand side. And the ball in between both he and Schaffelberg. And allows for the challenge from Anderson. First change incoming for Panama. There's the challenge.
I think it could have come off of... But he'd be pleased with the intensity of the game. I think he'd be pleased with the effort of his players. There's still areas to improve, as always.
All right, let's go get it.
Fernando was trying to battle for that one. Ball out wide. Nice touch again from Barcenas.
He's had a good game, hasn't he? You've said about the way he's had to defend, but also he's got nice range of pass as well.
The cross comes in, a little flick. Well defended by Cornelius, and that's a second attempt as well. And he's going to win the free kick, but he was really brave to throw himself in there. Yellow card as well for Gondola.
Well, he has to go for the ball, both of them. You know, it's first the blocks come in, he's just played block and just gone through. Just, you know, as a defender, you're going to get contact, and there's a forward coming in, you're just going to go and try and block the ball. If he'd had his studs up, Keith, and put his legs straight, then I would be very concerned that the referee's not done a little bit more. But I think it's a genuine effort to try and block the ball. There's your yellow card picking up for him. I was looking down at Panama, was trying to make a change with Phillips maybe trying to come on, but that hasn't happened as yet.
Well, here we go.
There we go.
A couple of changes incoming.
I liked him. Martinez, number 6 in midfield. I thought he did a good job in the US. I thought he was tenacious in a lot of things that he did. He tried to break things up. Won't get any easier for the Canadians in midfield with him coming on.
Ball played forward for Schaffelberg.
That's a tackle as well.
Good challenge at full stretch. Giovanni Ramos. Ball Played across, good header clear, only as far as the midfielder, Chonier, good hit. Schaffelberg tries to pull it back, Ahmed completely missed that one. Chance to break again for Panama. Gondola making a really good run on this far side, and this time Crepeau comes out.
But not convincing, is it? It's not a convincing clearance, you know. Whack it down the field, he just side foots it in there, but there's always a little bit of panic.
Anderson. Chonier giving it away again cheaply, and the bailed out once again by the referee's whistle.
Well, it's a cheap foul as well they give away. This is the opportunity, good technique, and just hits it cleanly. It's a good save in the end down to his right-hand side. Good little touch here, bobbles up, just dips his left shoulder, gets it on target. That's the main thing. I think that's one with the yellow card, and then the captain coming off as well. He made the mistake for the goal.
How's that coming off? So Martinez in that midfield role. Phillips, Ricardo Phillips, who can play out wide. Again, a player that's been on the edge of the squad, so still more of a trying to give players opportunities, minutes.
I like that as a coach, though, Keith. I think, you know, in your mind as a coach, when you're international, you've got your 15, probably 17 players that you think, yeah, and then it's another 8 fighting for them another 4 or 5 spots.
Ricardo Phillips looking back. He's going to come across to this right wing, it seems like. Gondola largely ineffective in that role.
Yeah, well, the only thing he did was pick up the yellow card.
Phillips, who plays his club football or Delfín in Ecuador.
That's one to deal with as well for the goalkeeper.
And, well, he waited. He let that go an extra bounce. We have a Canadian player down on the far side. And here come Panama. Martinez cuts back as he so likes to do on that right foot. Good cross. Flick to Martinez. Thought he was going to go for goal. The cross into the near post, and the flick from Fajardo is intercepted. That was the best chance for Panama so far. And David gives away the free kick. They were carved open there, Canada, defensively.
Yeah, again, a little bit of vulnerability where they're pressing high up the field. They're just out of position. And a little bit of a better pass, or maybe even a run. Just this is where they're saying he got injured as he went down. That's the last thing you want to do, is see him go down, and Escobar just getting pulled down a little bit.
Another cross in, and they're on the second ball again. Indecision from Canada defensively, and Aaron back doing his defensive work.
But these are the moments, Keith, that you want. You know, can you stand up for this little bit of pressure that's coming along? Can you be organised? Can you maybe push forward?
Martinez, Phillips, he's got Anderson inside him. Instead, he goes for the return from Martinez. He's been lively since coming on the midfielder that impressed you. Schaffelberg, a bit of daylight for him coming the other way. Change of pace. And the defending is not deemed legal. It's going to be a free kick after the foul from Giovanni Ramos.
Well, it is a foul. You've come from the side of him. You've got no reason to go into him, and I know it's in front of all the Canadian substitutes, but he's come across Ramos and just took him out.
Fair to say that's the first time we've seen Schaffelberg in that position?
Yeah, I think some of the balls have not been played to the area. I think that's when he is at his best, when he's running at people, giving the ball into space. I don't think he really wants it to feet. I think he uses his energy and his desire to go forward. He's very honest, hard working. Needs to work a little bit on his final product. Is he going to swing it in with the left foot? He likes coming back with the right foot, but a good delivery, because he looks vulnerable from set pieces as well with crosses. And you know, with this guy, he's going to put it in with one with some pace. And hopefully it's not the kiss of death, with a bit of quality as well.
Yeah, better angle here, a little bit closer. It's like a hockey short corner. Chonier towards the far post. They won the first one. I think it was Laren who got his head to it. The knees clearing. Just wasn't clean with the touch. And Martinez is going to be whistled for the foul. Richie Larrea really hasn't got forward as well from right back.
Well, we've not had the time. I mean, there's an obvious foul by Martinez coming on, but the time the ball goes forward as a fullback, I'm looking at him as a fullback, it's coming straight back at me. So you, in the end, Keith, you don't want to go forward because you know it's going to come back. It's been too much end-to-end. Neither team have had enough possession to say I can keep bombing forward.
Clearance up in the air, and defensively they can be difficult to deal with.
Let's deal with that.
Davis just taking no chances, and he turns around in a bit of an inquest with his teammates. Not happy with it. Going to see a couple of changes coming. Miller's coming on. Osorio, yeah, plays his club football here as well.
A bit of a legend in this part of the world. Over 300 games he's played for the club here.
Lee Miller, he plays at Club City right now. He'll bring energy to the side. Cleared by Ahmed. He might be one of the candidates to come off. Gets up in the air. That was rash from him defensively.
Can't turn your back on the ball. It's a little bit desperate at the end for Canada, and I don't mind this. I think as a coach for Jesse, he'll find out about his team now. We're a little bit of a different period of the game. It's a bit too stretched at the moment, and this is where I think he just used his substitution just to slow it down a little bit.
And Chonier is going to come off in the middle of midfield. Schaffelberg as well. Thoughts on those moves?
Surprised with that one. Schaffelberg not so much. You spoke about it. It's the first time we've seen him have some space in behind. Osorio, you know you're going to get composure on the ball, understanding of the moment, and with Miller you're going to get that energy from the 25-year-old, as you said, started off at Liverpool, had some time at Hull as well.
An interesting journey, right?
Yeah.
Liverpool, Kilmarnock, Basel, Preston. Some good cities in there, some lesser.
In a good city now, anyway. My mum's from Hull, so be careful.
Yeah, I'll leave it. Throw in towards Fajardo. They've got a touch to it, and it's out of play for the goal kick. Just on Osorio, he's had a difficult season at the club level. Toronto missing out on their final day. They don't play in decision day this year in MLS, so he knows his MLS season is done.
Yeah, it's a shame as well because it's a fantastic area, big club. There was a lot of changes that need to be done. Oof, just throwing his arm up there.
Again, they attempt that ball in behind for Larin. Osorio. Davies.
I think with him playing there as well, it gives Davies more time to push forward, where Schaffelberg wants to run forward, so there's no space for him to go into. That's why we haven't seen him go forward. Now with Miller inside, he may come inside to allow him to do what he does best, is keep going up and down. Because when you've got someone in front of you who's quick and wants the ball in front, there's no space for him to go.
Good pressure that time from Canada. Much more coordinated.
He's changed his mind 3 times though. The moment's gone. He should have threw it earlier, and now
Then he leaves it for Alphonso Davies. I mentioned Herdman did play him a little bit higher at times. Alphonso Davies. I wonder if that's in the mind for Jesse Marsch at some stage.
I wouldn't, Keith. I think he's one of the best left backs. You know, whether he's going to be at Real Madrid, which he's been linked with, he's already at Bayern Munich. He's Manchester United being spoken about him as well. I think when everything's in front of him, that's when he can see it all, and he can bomb forward. As I said, it's sometimes with the personnel that's in front of you.
23 years of age, 5 Bundesliga titles already. Club World Cup, Champions League. Fajardo coming the other way, Fajardo in, and he scored! Canada caught flat-footed, and Fajardo with a sensational finish to bring Panama level.
Well, it's an exquisite finish, and we're talking about Alphonso Davies being a good player going forward, but maybe the positional sense there of letting him get in front of you. As a fullback, you should never let him get goal side. But once he gets in there, you see what it means to the players as well. You know, you're talking about a team that they've struggled against the US in certain periods, but just watch here as he goes in. He should be tucking in a bit more so he knows he's the wrong side, and once he gets in there, it's an excellent finish.
Superb goal.
Little dink.
He got the winner against the US in Copa America, and that one just sublime. The first shot on goal of the evening.
Well, hopefully they show another angle, because if he goes in, or even if he tells his partner to open his body up, you can see the run, but because they don't, there's so much out of sorts Canada when they give the ball and turn the ball over. They're the moments that Jesse Marsh spoke about, is that transition. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be 50 yards away from goal. Transition could be closer to you.
And the yellow card produced, and a non-fuss for Hardo about that yellow card.
That's one rule I think we got, you know, to score a goal for your country.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah.
I understand if you start taking not just your shirt off a bit more, but that warrants the same as some, you know,
a bad challenge.
Yeah, bad challenge, two-footed challenge, whatever, you know.
And what a moment, and I don't want to say it's been coming, because Panama haven't created.
No, you're absolutely right, Hazel. That was one of the things I was going to say. It was there. You could see there was a possibility that it was going to happen.
And maybe out of all of those big games we talked about, this one of the very few where Jesse Marsh's side have come in as the favourites, as expected protagonists, and hasn't worked out as of yet. Eustachio from distance, right down the throat of Mosquera.
Never really opened his body up. Mosquera always was in control of that, because he drove forward again, anticipate the ball very well. They closed down. I think he can still keep driving. He never really wanted to hit. He never got it out of his feet early enough. He's a talented player.
It just hasn't clicked in terms of midfield to final third for Canada.
They've matched up though, you know, great for Canada. They've actually matched up and said, go on then, we go man for man and see how good you are. And
Miller making a really good run. Laren's cross is intercepted. Second opportunity is cleared as well.
Well, Miller wanted it earlier. He was on about 2 seconds beforehand.
Lanice Martinez receiving that one from Godoy. They're full of confidence now, Panama as well.
Now we've got a game.
Anderson. Yeah, I'm with you. I thought it was on a little bit earlier, but Ramos did well. Ahmed. You know, the competitiveness of Jesse Marsh. He said, I mentioned some of his earlier comments, he said, we want to be the aggressor in every home game we play. We want to be on the front foot. These are the kind of games they have to win. Currently tied. Miller. Oh, Miller trying to get in behind. Can he keep this one in play? It runs just out.
Good idea, though. Little nutmeg on the edge of the box, but just a little bit too heavy. I thought it was a nutmeg. He pulled his leg away. But it's okay to be the aggressor, but you can't do it all the time. You can't, as I said, there's moments now in this game for the last 10 minutes. People are being aggressive to them. They've closed them down. They've put them under pressure. They've got them in the wrong angles.
Fajardo's going to come off. Thomas Rodriguez, I think it was, on the sideline. Managa's striker plays his club football in Venezuela. That's a really good finish, though.
And it's a great little first touch as well, just to get it out of his feet. He lets the ball do the work, but it's just behind him, and he just eases that across.
Another man coming on is Coco Carrasquilla.
One of my favourites. He can keep the ball for fun as well. I think as well, another positive move. You know, it's not a move where they're saying, well, we're going to close up and see this game out with, what, 17 and probably a few more minutes added on. At the moment, it's Panama that are looking more the aggressors and more energetic in their play.
We head towards the final 15. How important is it, Warren, for Jesse Marsh to get a win in his first game on home soil?
I was going to go with the line, it's vital, because I think first impressions are so important, at sports, because you never get that chance again, and I think he'll want to do that. Is it vital to his progression as a coach for the... No, but I just think as a person who's got a lot of pride about what he wants to do and give it to his players, I would say it's a must-win.
Alphonso Davies skips away from that challenge. Miller on his right foot, and Mosquera at full stretch with the save. Good play initially from Alphonso Davies to find Miller.
Well, that's what you want from your captain, drive forward. That's why you're one of the best in the world as a left-back, driving forward, taking people on, letting opportunities come for your teammates.
He got away with one initially, Davies, where it ricocheted back to him, but after that it was really positive.
But he's so strong and elegant in the way he plays, and you know, I remember seeing him at the new camp and how he destroyed a lot of players there. And you can do that against that, like, you got a chance.
Eustachio, the header over from Bombito.
Yeah, always going over, going away from it. But again, good delivery, at least someone's attacking the ball. He didn't do that in the first half, probably had better deliveries and was going across the 6-yard box. This time it's going away from goal, so it's a hard header to try and get on there. But see Lowry just maybe sniffing for that one at the far post, just the bottom of your screen. He's trying to hope that it maybe comes in there. But he's really impressed me. And again, another 2 good subs coming on.
Yeah, really good ones. Michael Murillo and Carrasquilla. Murillo, we know about his quality.
Yeah, I thought
in wide areas
a bit earlier.
Another former Red Bulls man. Carrasquilla will come on in the middle of midfield.
Sorry, but...
Manice and Annabelle Godoy, the players replaced. It's a little bit of energy as well from Carrasquilla. We've seen him play as a number 10 at times for Houston Dynamo. Can be more advanced.
Yeah, speaking of Ben Olsen about him, he's been delighted whether he's played him, had to play him as a 6. Hector Herrera being injured and he's had to go in there and play a little bit deeper. He's quite able to do that, but going forward, I'd love to see him have a few more shots. I think his willingness to pass and be an assist overtakes the greediness to be a midfield player that can score goals.
Murillo stepping out. It's going to be a good battle now with him and Alphonso Davies.
That's why I think they brought him on, just to try and match up with him.
Miller.
So I'm saying with Miller. Miller will drive in, will leave the space now.
He's come back out wide to get this one. Wraps his right foot around it, couldn't wrap it, or left foot around it. Takes a deflection. Will be a corner. He has been lively with his movement, hasn't he, Miller?
Yeah, he's been creative. You know, we said... Oh, we'll come back.
Osorio. Again, that final ball lacking his... Miller, the man we just spoke about. Back for Osorio. Good skill from him. And now Carrasquilla coming the other way. Carrasquilla goes down, free kick. And he's asking for a yellow on Larea.
It could have quite easily been. There's people getting tackled. You touched on the point, Keith. We've never really seen him in the opposition final third because he's had to defend so much, and there was another instinct of how quick Panama break. It's a poor pass at the edge of the box, then the first thing they want to do is try and penetrate in the final third. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. You know, it's been end-to-end. You could say maybe there's been a lot of fouls. It's been, but I think you've seen 2 teams that want to win, that want to be aggressive, want to go out and win, not trying to play their way and see what happens. And
they play out there again. That was really skilled from Escobar.
That one weren't.
No. And now again Miller with space. Davis on that inside channel. Miller pulls it back to the edge of the penalty area. Eustachio.
Keep it moving.
Osorio. David. Trying to get it down and get it under control. But it's good defensive play from Carlos Harvey.
Yeah, little thumbs up as well. Just kept the ball alive. But definitely having a lot more joy getting on this left-hand side.
I see a couple of changes here. Theo Bair's going to come on for Kyle Larin, the man who got the opening goal. Thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, been good. And I think he's held the ball up well. Took his goal very, very well as well. And that young man just keeps getting better and better. I remember when they first come onto the scene, I wasn't sure if it was just the little flicks and the touches, but his all-round game has improved.
Nathan Saliba also coming on, the 20-year-old Montreal midfielder. Good play from Davis on the wrong side for him. Cross, cleared. And the foul on Thomas Rodriguez as he was coming back for the ball.
Same player again, and got away with a card this time as well. Harvey trying to take a quick one and it just get blocked off.
Theobert, who plays his club football in Auxerre, former Vancouver man. A couple of spells in Scotland as well. Beto again showing his ability to cover ground. Although, did he stop the corner? No, he didn't. He might have stopped the corner to throw in at the very least.
But again, Keith just reads the game well, does his job, gets back into position, gets organised. You know, we get caught up. Yes, he can play. Yes, he can pass the ball. But he's not. That's not his first fault. His first fault is, can I defend? Can I keep a clean sheet? Then you can add to that. I think we get caught up too much and saying, well, can people play, and you know, how many yards you run and all that business. Can you defend?
Attempted ball played in behind for Bear. Again, good cover defensively by Carlos Harvey. He's really fit into that back three.
They've got some depth in this team, by the way.
Phillips, was he fouled by Bombito? Referee says no. Doesn't make him feel any better right now. It was a strong challenge.
He just puts his body there. I'm his agent at the moment, the way That's good. Only 24 years of age. But it's not, I mean, is that a one in the face? It's not. He just elevates his arm across. It's not. Don't help him up, just leave him down there. I mean, she's absolutely right, the referee.
Sometimes players just want to be seen.
You said it, not me.
Well, exercise going very well for Thomas Christensen. Strong applause for Jesse Marsh. I think more to G his players up than anything else right now. Do they have the energy to go on and win this game?
Well, they should have. They've made enough changes now. He's took some of the bigger names out, put some young players on, took some players that have got experience. So, you know, there's a game there for the taking for both teams.
Good read again defensively by Ramos. Davies runs into three. They were not going to let him get by.
Yeah, if he can get a chance, Davies, if he can push forward and get a chance, quite easy fall to him.
Escobar, Christian Martinez had a couple of runs at MLS that didn't quite work out. Murillo. Anderson. Well, back through Ramos. Escobar, much more structured back three now for Panama.
Well, they've inserted themselves on the game. He's higher up the field as well.
Every 10 minutes he's gone 5 yards further forward. Started out left back. Have they done enough to go win this game?
Canada?
To deserve to win this game?
No, I don't think they have. But you don't always get what you deserve sometimes, you know.
Murillo winning this one back. Murillo still trying to go forward and been oh so scrappy. I think that's going to be the theme after the game in terms of just the lack of quality from both sides on the ball.
But I don't think Panama have as well. Everyone look here and say, oh, Panama have played him off the field, they've had more chances, they've been better organised. I think it's been a real battle. I think you've had two groups of players that have gone toe-to-toe. Yes, we can pick faults out in certain areas, but I think by and large it's been a game that both coaches will get a lot out of it. They understand, they look at their players in the eye the next day and say, listen, you had a good go, and I've now got to make some decisions whether you're going to be part of this group or not.
That was a cheap giveaway, and a chance to come forward here for Saliba. Ahmed, David, cross in, Bear with the header! Good save.
Just couldn't get the power because it was looped up. He just couldn't. He was backpedaling. The young player just backing off. Just watch him here at the top of the screen. He just doesn't pull out enough to come and attack it. And in the end, he's just trying to loop that into the corner. Because there's not a lot of power on the ball as well, he's trying to generate all the power from his body movement. But because he's backpedaling, it's hard to push off of that back foot to get it in that corner.
Picked up a really good position.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, delicate little ball. That was
And it had to be that type of ball because there was people in front.
And the space now in behind for Rodriguez, the substitute, up against Bombito, who again does really well and celebrates. He's been one of the stars of the show tonight.
Yeah. I think if he was Italian, everybody would be saying that's how you defend, that's how you're supposed to do it.
And the fans can't think his name.
Yeah,
there you go.
They gravitate towards that. They love seeing someone that wears their heart on their sleeve. He's a good player. There'll be a lot of people looking at him afterwards, and yes, he's at a good environment at the moment, but was he 24 years of age, been through Colorado, and now he's playing on international soccer.
They'll pull back. They'll chip in behind. They've been caught a little bit here. The cross towards the far post, the flag goes up. Barcinez thought he was onside. It was a clever little routine that didn't quite come off.
There's no doubt that he's behind it as well.
As we talk about Canada, Warren, for Panama, the gamble has paid off, hasn't it? Giving some fringe players minutes here and been really competitive with that.
Yeah, and exactly what, as a coach, Thomas Christensen would have wanted. The players that I've thrown in, how are you going to react? Are you going to go out there and just go through the motions because you didn't play against the US, or are you going to give me something to think about? And that's what they've done. And they knew the wave was coming, the first, because Jesse Masters said it in his press conference. He said it beforehand. We're going to go on the front foot. We're going to put you under pressure. If it wasn't for that individual mistake in the first half, it would have been 0-0, and then you start to wonder. But second half, they've really shown their quality, and as I said, Keith, we've seen Panama players enough for over the years to know that they've got some good players, and it's not a walk in the park.
Carrasquilla, that one left short.
That wasn't one of the throw-ins you want to take.
Yeah, he did not want that ball at all.
I don't think he meant to throw it either. This is the thing, Keith, you said it rightly as well. Another thing is, like, you're expected to win this game. Have you got an answer to win it?
We'll see the answer right now, and it was a tame effort from distance, as you saw. David and Davies both yeah, they both wanted it from Osorio. This is his home stadium. He's a cult figure here.
Yeah, as I said, a big part of what they're trying to do next season, you would think. There'll be a lot of changes at this club.
Good play from David Miller, making a run in behind. Cross back to David, what a goal! Pure class from Jonathan David. Miller played the ball back into his path, and he's got what looks like a late winner here for Jesse Marsh on his home debut.
Yeah, it's a brilliant goal. Straight off of what they've worked on. The press, incisive, ball early, brave with your run. It's a good finish.
Lauren got goal number 30 earlier on, and now David joins him on 30 international goals.
But again, win the ball, he starts it, plays it out wide, and he keeps running. No one comes across, good desire. It's a wonderful finish again, like the first one. Let the ball do the work. Runs across his body, open your body up, put it in the far corner. Well, they were celebrating Thanksgiving yesterday, the Canadians. They're celebrating again.
And he's a man whose contract situation, a lot of clubs in Europe are watching. He's been red hot to start the season, and that's a big moment. And they've gone all the moves tonight, Canada.
But I just love, you know, again, football can be so simple. You win the ball, you get it wide, you cross the ball. Instead of getting it, starting again, go back, go in, they win the ball, it's incisive, it hurts the opposition can't get organised, and you might end up winning this game. And you can see Christensen saying, get the ball forward, they want it forward, they want to get back in the game. They don't want to lose this game, they put a lot of effort into it.
And it does mean a lot. I know we kept talking about it, what does it mean? Tomorrow, when you wake up and you know you've won, and that's the headline in the newspapers in Canada.
Don't worry about tomorrow, it's tonight I'm worried about. It'll be tonight. It's, no, Keith, you know, you've been in the game, whatever level, you want to win the game, and it gives such it can cover over some cracks, there's no doubt, it can do that, but winning is a habit, and if you can win, I'd rather be lucky than unlucky, I'll tell you that. And they've earned the right, you know, as I said, did they really deserve it? Maybe not, but then they showed the effort to go forward, and he's made a difference coming in, because really he's been in different pockets, different areas, causing people opposition, and leaving all this space for your best player to get the ball.
Well, we're less than 2 years out to the World Cup, and it is about, when you get on the field, staking a claim for a place. Miller's done that, Saliba's come on and done well.
It's a silly thing to say, Keith, but it should always matter. You know, that's how I was brought up. It should always matter. It doesn't. I get that in the modern game and everything else, but there's nothing wrong with having that mentality that every time you go out, whether it's training or playing, you go out to do your best. That should be a given.
Strong challenge again from Ramos. They conceded late, Panama against the US. They've conceded late again here. Canada with a couple more changes incoming.
Well, he stakes his claim, hasn't he? Miller's done excellent. He'll sleep well tonight. He's only been on the field, but he's run himself into the ground.
Long ball, Bombito again involved. Martinez just beyond him. We're hearing, well, there you go, a minimum of 5 additional minutes. Kwasi Poku is going to come on. And Joel Waterman from Montreal is also going to come on. Anderson's replaced for Panama. Jose Luis Rodriguez, the Juarez man, comes on. But it's David who'll get the ovation. Almost his last act on the field tonight.
Not bad.
It was a wonderful winning goal.
Yeah, and I thought generally all round he's worked extremely hard. Good finish, goes out wide, he doesn't stand on the edge of the box, he waits there, opens his body up and just passes that into the side of the net. Cue the celebrations.
Kwasi Poku's an interesting story one to watch. Was that Forge FC in Canada? If you watch Canadian Cup Championship, you'll have seen that name. Transferred to Molenbeek in Belgium for a record fee for that league. So a young player getting minutes here late on. Joel Waterman, a Montreal defender.
I think they've gone 5 at the back, haven't they, just to see it out. That just shows you again how important it is for Jesse to get a win in his first home game in front of the public.
Leo, not over the line yet. Jose Luis Rodriguez. Martinez, a little bit of culture on the ball since coming on. Murillo, not a good ball from him, but it's going to be cleared up by Escobar. Davis gets there ahead of Murillo.
Well, you won't see him push forward now. You see him stay. You can see him getting organised now.
Carrasquilla. Martinez. And that one is chopped clear from Cornelius.
Great shout as well by the keeper. You know, get away, get it up.
Carrasquilla creates a yard well. Cross towards the far post. Larrea off balance. And now Waterman's going to clear. One of the new members of the back five, as you called.
Well, they've got to try and stop a little bit of pressure on the ball. You can't just sit back as a 5 and allow ball after ball, because it's not necessarily the first ball, Keith, it's the second ball that people are looking to try and get.
Martinez, Murillo, numbers inside the area, but the flag has gone up, and Murillo absolutely launched that one, and they're not happy because it was close to Crepeau.
Yeah, but you don't want this, Canada. Just come away. Waterman, I don't know why you're getting involved. All right, it might hit the keeper, but just come away. He's come out as well, the keeper. Just get back in goal, get organised. You don't need to get involved.
He absolutely smashed it though, didn't he?
That's all right. Just tell him to have a look at the scoreline. You know, just... I understand, look after your teammates, protect yourself. I've been there, seen it, done it. But just cool heads, Paval. Referee again was in the middle of it, handling it. He needs to stay in your goal line. You keep coming out, you keep making me nervous. Clearly offside. Good call again. Yes, he smashes it. You know, the whistle's gone and he thumps it hard. I don't think he's good enough to say he's trying to hit him.
Osorio involved as well, but yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't think they needed to all get involved like that. And calmer heads prevail. Just on now, we saw glimpses of these people, these fans. They get the first look at a Jesse Marsh coached Canada team up in the flesh. How are they going home tonight? Happy with what they've seen?
Yes, yeah, happy because of the scoreline, happy because they've been entertained. They've been standing up for a lot of this game because they've come under pressure. Yes, you can also point that, can we be a bit more clinical on the ball? Can we keep the ball better? But I think they'd be excited, as I would be. I look around at a group of young players led by a coach that wants to try and go out and be positive. And you know what, Keith, you said it. Tomorrow morning, he'll say, wow.
Really don't see a need for this laid on for either side to get involved. Osorio trying to be the calmer man now. Murillo back involved. Perhaps he's looking for a little bit of retribution after it was Osorio who pushed in moments ago. CONCACAF rivalries. Two of them battling, and then Tori Penso almost getting hit there. Referee's had a good game.
Yeah, excellent game. There's been no doubt who's in charge. And got involved when needed to. Didn't feel like every time there was a decision, need to make a point and be in the middle of it. Like you see some referees, it's like about them, and I'm sort of... When she felt that there was a reason to stop this and diffuse the situation, it was done.
And that's going to be the final action. No. Let's go again. Take two. There we go. Now it is the final action. A bigger win for Canada. The very first game on home soil for Jesse Marsh, and it was a late winner, a classy winner from the star striker Jonathan David that allows them to leave victorious. Panama pushed and pressed and got the leveler, but ultimately it's Canada with the win. We're going to step aside for a short break, but we'll be back with a recap of all of tonight's action. Stay with us.
Subway just dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. Wait, Subway did what? $6.99 footlong? Yep, says it right there. Get any footlong for just $6.99 in the Subway app.
Jameson, a famously smooth whiskey from a famously big family. Meet Julia. She rolls with whatever's thrown her way. She's nearly as smooth as a Jameson orange. Must be a Jameson.
Sweat isn't sweet. It's salty. Element. More electrolytes, zero sugar. You feel the difference when you get it right. Stay salty.
It's mesmerizing. Cleaning that greasy mess with Dawn Platinum.
And not even scrubbing.
Well, fluff my feathers. It cuts through the slimy stuff better than their old dish soap, removing 99% of grease. That's why only Dawn is trusted to save wildlife.
Stand up!
Good to see all that business.
What's up, SO peeps? Thank you for hanging out with us tonight for Canada getting the dub against Panama. Usually when Panama has visited Toronto lately, it's been a little bit easier for our canmnt, but not tonight, but it doesn't matter. We get the late goal there. Beautiful, beautiful cross into the middle and finish. Love to see it, man. Absolutely beautiful. It's good to be back here on SOP. I'm also doing the USA game, but as you can see, I got a lot of TSI stuff going on because we've got the baseball game running on the computer right next to this one. And I think there's about 2,000 people over there in that chat. Crazy what TSI has become. But thank you all, like Dan Garinger, original OGs. Devin, I see you as well. Cheers to the new people in the chat. We're going to shut this one down. I'm going to send you to TSI right now. And then we will move on to... see, I didn't have it set up, Devin. I know you're in there. Let's go, Canada. I'm going to hit the hey, have a good day tomorrow there, Devin. Early start, man. Enjoy your day and your sleep. And let's get after it again real soon. All right. Peace, everybody. Enjoy the baseball game. We'll see you in a few minutes for the USA and Mexico game. Oh, it's always good, USA and Mexico. Always good. I'm going to have to bust out the SOP gear for that one.
Take on Indiana. What a ball! Then, Coach Prime and Heisman hopeful Travis Hunter lead Colorado against Arizona. Wow! It all kicks off with Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
We are Toronto.
We are Canada's opening game.
It's really not fair to hype us up so much,
exactly,
and then we got to wait for the World Cup. It is just around the corner once again, 2026.